All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real music, doing it in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. So, Cyndi Lauper, I think, is done touring. She's all done, I think, unless they announce another farewell tour for next year, which is is possible. But the headline, which is on classic rock radio stations, I've never heard classic rock radio play one song by Cyndi Lauper. Nope. Even back in the 80s, she was a top 40 gal, and her stuff now is mostly on adult contemporary stations where it's most suited. But apparently, her final show of her farewell tour just happened, and Cher was there, and Joni Mitchell were there. So three rock and roll Hall of Famers were there. Oh, people. I look, you can make an argument for Cher and for Joni Mitchell. By the way, according to Rolling Stone, Joni Mitchell is one of the greatest guitar players in the world. I mean, she's really good, right? Um, and so yeah, she's in there. And I think she deserves to be in. Cher deserves to be in because she's been around for so long, and she had hit records in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and even 2000s. So, yeah, you got to put Cher in there just for longevity. Although, prior to her induction, Cher hated the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She hated it with a passion. Did Sonny and Cher ever go into the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. Maybe they did, but I don't know. I don't think so. So anyway, so Cyndi Lauper is headed for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this fall, and to celebrate the final show of her Girls Just Want to Have Fun farewell tour. What else could you call it? I was talking to my wife about Cyndi Lauper, and she's like, "I've never liked her voice." And I go, "Well, it's an acquired taste. It is. Like Joni Mitchell is also, and all three of these women have very unique and different styles. They're all somewhat acquired tastes. Cher, at times to me, sounds like Elvis Presley. Seriously. I mean, listen to her sing. She's got that vibrato thing she used to do. I don't know if she's doing it anymore. I think they just auto tune everything for her. But there were times where I thought, man, is she imitating Elvis? You got to go back to her earlier days, gypsies, tramps, and thieves, and all that stuff. But there's an Elvis thing running through some of her stuff. That's all I'm saying. I think her best stuff with who was it? Richie Sambora. She's hanging out with him for a while. I think I liked that era of Cher. You know, the if I could turn back time, stuff like that. It was pretty good. Just like Jesse James, probably one of my favorite Cher songs if I had to choose one. But I don't have to choose them. I can just listen to them and go, yeah, it's okay. It's not my wheelhouse. I don't mind Cher, but it's interesting that all three of them were together, and all three are in the Hall of Fame. And the classic rock station that reported this says you can find footage of all these performances on YouTube. And they didn't post a link. Maybe they did. I don't know. Oh yeah, they did post a link because they put her good pal Cher joining her to perform um, "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." Because when you think of fun girls, you think of Cher and Cyndi Lauper. So there you go. So I have mixed feelings about Cyndi Lauper. I don't hate Cyndi Lauper. There are some people who say I hate her. I don't hate her. What was it, 1983 or 84 when that album came out? I mean, she was everywhere. She was a big deal for a while. And you know what? She was kind of an alternative to Madonna for a lot of teenage girls and stuff at the time who didn't want to, dress like a slut. They could dress like a new wave kind of punk rocker a little bit because I don't know if that was her persona, but she had her own style, whereas Madonna was just pushing the limits to everything. And I don't know. I guess I'd rather have my kids listen to Cyndi Lauper, but at this stage, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Um, Cindy's an interesting character, especially, her politics and so forth, which I won't get too far into. I think most people know the causes that she supports. And with all the suffering going on in the world, I'd love to see some people really address poverty and starvation and things that are life and death issues rather than all of this mental health confusion which is going on out here, which probably could be solved very quickly if people got together and said, this is right over here and this is wrong over there, and you should do what's right. It doesn't mean people are going to obey, but at least people will know the difference. But they're being told that there's no difference and everything's cool, which I guess it's a lot easier to do that. So, yeah, Cyndi Lauper, I believe, is all done. And she's going to the Hall of Fame. So that's going to be one heck of an induction ceremony when she goes up and sings Girls Just Want to Have Fun. What do you think her two songs are going to be? I think she gets to do two, right? Maybe three. It's got to be Girls, and the other one's probably going to be Time After Time. That would be my guess, but what do I know, right? I just do this channel. I just wing it every time, hoping for the best. Thanks for watching. We're in a new month, so just to quickly mention Patreon and YouTube memberships and Buy Me a Coffee and PJ Rock Super Chats. Also, this band, a lot of people keep asking me about King King. So check these guys out. I think you'll like them. When their new album comes out, which I think it does later this month, I'll be talking about that. Going to try to order myself a copy of that, and I will be promoting that throughout the fall season because, when you find a good rock band that nobody knows about, you should tell people, spread the word, do something positive. And, this album is called Exile and Grace, right? So I talk a lot about grace, that God gives unlimited grace, unlimited. He's not stingy with that grace. So even if your life is a complete train wreck, most people's lives are privately kind of train wrecks. They just don't admit it. Um, they like people keep secrets and people do facades. People put their best foot forward. They show you their good side, right? But privately and behind the scenes, it's usually a lot different because people aren't comfortable to be transparent with one another. God sees you at your worst and still loves you anyway. So that's the amazing thing about grace. So I'll put a link in the description of this particular video so you can find the grace of God and learn more about it. My name is Dave. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a great week. And if you see this on Labor Day, have yourself a great Labor Day. There are a lot of people that make this country work, so don't forget about those people on this day doing the hard jobs that nobody else wants to do. Yeah, so God bless all those people and everyone else for that matter.